died today thing. But the big, solid body moving against hers wasn't helping. She wanted to cling to him. Her head hurt, and it still felt as if the room were spinning at times. She needed something to hang on to, or someone. Well, that's definitely pumping up my ego. It's not every day I get to rescue a beautiful princess. Don't let that get to you. He's placating you. He's just flirting to keep you calm. He tugged her around the stretched-out legs of a couple of people already being tended to. I'm guessing you take care of the mass disasters that occur in your kingdom, though, right? We don't have mass disasters, she said, completely straight-faced. Maybe if she tapped into Corenda a bit, she'd make it through the rest of this without sounding pitiful. She might sound crazy, considering Corenda was a fictional video game character, but crazy was preferable to pathetic. But I do lead troops into battle when necessary. Battle, huh? Yep. Princesses in Leokin weren't just figureheads. Kiera had made sure of that. Of course, when her friends Pete Candon and Dalton Sagal had first come up with World of Leokin in a dive bar just off campus 6 years ago, she'd never imagined the guys would eventually turn those scribbled notes and beer-infused ideas into the fastest-growing video game franchise in history. But they had, and they'd used all of Kiera's beer-infused input too. Which meant that even though she was a princess, she got to participate in a good battle once in a while. Lopping the head off a troll or two was a great way to work out pent-up frustration, even if their heads did grow back during the next full moon. Zach grinned. You probably don't even need to unsheathe your sword to get most of the opposing army to surrender, he said. Why do you think that? Unless all the men in bordering kingdoms are stupid, they'd want to be captured by you. Oh, he thought he was so smooth. Kiera fought the smile that threatened. As far as diversions went, he was pretty good. I'm not their type. No, I find that hard to believe. The trolls would rather feed me to their dragons, and the centaurs on our eastern border only mate with their own kind. Zach studied her for a moment as if trying to decide if she was messing with him. Then he said simply, Glad I'm not a troll or a centaur. Yep, definitely smooth. He was playing along. That was nice. But she kind of hated feeling like a little kid he needed to play along with in the first place. Still, maybe thinking about how everyone in Leokin got 6 lives as long as they lived them with virtue and honor was better than thinking about how her friends were at the hospital right now. Zach stopped next to a tall man sitting with his back against a wooden booth that had survived the collapse. He was easily in his 60s, with a long white beard that was clearly real. He was clutching one arm with the other and was very pale. Zach dropped Kiera's hand and squatted next to the man. Sir, I'm Zach. I'm an EMT. Can I help you? The man looked up but seemed to have some trouble focusing. My arm. Did something hit you or did you fall? Zach asked, opening his bag and pulling out a blood pressure cuff. Kiera stood to the side, hugging her arms across her body, watching. She felt a little cold without Zach right against her, and yet there was a definite heat from watching him do his EMT thing. He had a deep voice, and he kept it soothing and calm as he checked the man over for injuries. The man didn't answer. He was staring past Zach's shoulder. Sir, can you tell me what day it is? The attack came out of nowhere, the man mumbled. We weren't prepared. Sir, can you look at me? The man wore a floppy black hat that covered most of his skull, and Kiera realized that any head injury would be hard to assess with the hat in the way. Zach reached up to remove the hat, but the man jerked away. You cannot touch a sorcerer of Relmond. Relmond, one of Leokin's allies. Kiera grinned.